All right. So let's talk a bit about why you decided to, after all these years, become an American citizen.
That was always my goal, was to become an American citizen. But when I was trying to get out of Canada, which took years, you would start doing comedy and you would suck at comedy. And I was always a dirty comic, and Canada didn't have a big dirty market. There was maybe 3 dirty guys, and they would not make good money. You're talking 60, 70 grand at the top. So your goal was to, I knew I would do better in New York because I looked at the comics that were in New York, and even the shitty dirty guys were making a couple $100 grand a year. So it's like, okay, if I can move there, then I can at least do that. So you start to apply and you're like, how do I move to the States? And they go, okay, well, first you have to apply for an O1 visa. That's a visa for someone of extraordinary talent. And
Yeah,
I was
that's the legal qualification. It says alien of extraordinary talent. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a dick joke comic. So I'm like, how do I prove that my dick jokes are so extraordinary that I can go down to the United States? So you meet with a lawyer, like, okay, it's $1,200 to meet with us. Then they go, here's what you need. Here's the package. You're going to need letters from people in the business saying you're an extraordinary talent. You're going to need pieces of press. This is back when newspapers were a real thing, and you had to get someone from a big newspaper to discuss. So you had to get good enough at this and then make enough noise that you could collect a file. Newspaper articles saying Aaron Berg is the next big thing. I saw him at Yuck Yucks last night. And you build it up. You would get the people you knew in the business, and then you would get an O1 visa. That's probably $6,000. You move to New York on an O1 visa. If you come down illegally and you work, happen to a bunch of people, they flag you at the border, you're never allowed back.
Wow.
If they ask you, where are you going? I'm going to do stand-up in New York. I'm a stand-up. Oh, do you have papers? No, I was just going to go. I'm not getting paid though, whatever. And they go, nah. They send you home. I know comics that they're good enough to be here. They're not. I come down with an O1. I was making maybe 80 grand a year in Canada. I had a loft, had a fiance, gave it up, jumped in the Jeep, left her there, drove down here to an 8x10 room with dead cockroaches on the floor in Astoria, Queens. I got the O1. They go, this is good for 2 years. I go, oh, I'll be a star in like a year. I'm not even going to need this. I just show up.
Have you seen my delts?
Once people see how great I am, I'm muscular, and I have this great 9-minute story about masturbating in front of 2 male strippers. No one's going to be able to touch me. I'm going to have an HBO deal. Literally thinking this.
How old were you?
This was 10 years ago. So
you're like you're 40. You're just delusional. Holy shit.
So delusional, but thinking it's a real thing.